8 a.m. stats class. My name is Sarah Fago, and I'm a freshman here. My major is nursing, and I hope that after I get my degree, I'll be able to work in a hospital environment. So in today's problem that I'm doing, let's say the financial advisor at the hospital talked to a few of the nurses about investing in a collection of mutual funds. So this data set contains the 12-month returns in percents, and this is a histogram of the data. So today what we're going to find is the 5-number summary of that data. So the 5 numbers we're going to find is the minimum value, maximum value, median, lower quartile, and upper quartile. So before we even start, we need to make sure that the data is in ascending order. So as you can see, it's in ascending order from smallest to largest. And if you remember, the first value we wanted to find was the minimum value. So looking at this data, the minimum value was negative 14.342. And our maximum value, the next number we need to find, is 85.725. So the smallest and largest values. So the next number that we need to find is the median. So the median splits the histogram into 2 equal sections. If the number of the total data is odd, then it's going to be the middle number of your data. If it's even, like our data is, dividing the total number of data by 2 will put us in between 2 values. So in this case, our data is 24 values. So splitting this data in half would put us between the 12th and 13th values. So the 12th and 13th values happen to be 12.979 and 14.445. So what we're going to do is find the average of those. So 12.979 plus 14.445 divided by 2 is 13.712%, which is the median. So the next number we need to find is the lower quartile. Now to find the quartiles, what you're going to do is split the data in half. And after you split the data in half, that gave you the median. So to find the lower quartile, we need to find the lower quarter of the data. To find the lower quarter of the data, we need to split the value below the median in half again. So like I said, our data was even. So when we split that data in half, it's going to put us between the 6th and 7th values. So to average the 6th and 7th values, or finding the lower quartile, we need to add the 2 values together and divide by 2. So the 6th value was 6.227 and the 7th value was 6.486. So when you add this together and divide by 2, you get 6.357%. So a quarter of the data, so Q1 means that a quarter of the data is below 6.357%. So the last value that we need to find, or the upper quartile, is the top quarter of the data. So to find Q3, you're going to average the 18th and 19th values because you split the data in half at the median, and you're going to split the data in half again at the upper half of the data. So the 18th value was 24.019, and the 19th value was 24.436. So to find Q3, we're going to find the average. So we're going to add these together and divide by 2, which gives us 24.228%. So since we wanted to find the 5-number summary, we're going to put it all together, and this is your data at the end. So the minimum value, negative 14.342%, maximum value, 85.725%, the median at 13.712%, and then Q1 at 6.357%, and Q3 at 24.228%. Now to look at this, we know that it makes sense because, as we said, Q1 means that 6.357% is a quarter of the data is below it. So if the median was 13.712%, we know that that's in between the lower quarter of the data and the upper quarter of the data. So when you're checking your work, as you can see, it makes sense.
Is that it?
Is that a good?